I'm Dub, and this morning I'm joined by Sherri from MS Canada. How's it going today, Sherri?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. You've been here a couple times in the past month, but today you're here because, of course, tomorrow is the big day. Burgers to Beat MS Day at A&W. It's all about raising funds for MS Canada, which goes to a variety of things, mostly, I suppose, research and whatnot into MS. But why don't we start first by talking a bit about MS for somebody who doesn't know what multiple sclerosis is and why we're raising money for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is no cure for MS, and MS affects everybody that has it differently. It's a neurological disease that affects the brain and spinal cord, and it can affect people from fatigue to balance issues to cognitive memory issues, and the list can go on and on. But
I see,
for
okay.
everybody, it can vary, so it looks different for everybody. There's various types of MS: relapse, remitting, progressive, secondary progressive, and so we all live with it a little bit different. So
Yeah. Is there sort of treatments to manage it, I suppose, manage the symptoms of MS to maybe have attacks less, or is that sort of where we're at now, but not a cure, as you say?
yeah, that's right. So yeah, there are definitely treatments. Getting diagnosed and getting your treatment started early is really important. That's what we're advocating for. And, getting a diagnosis up here sometimes takes a very long time when you have to find a specialist and travel for care and treatment. But now, yeah, there's medication, oral medication, infusion medication that, will keep the symptoms maybe at bay a bit and have your MS not progress as quickly or at all. So.
How do you, and this might be a difficult question to answer because, as you say, it looks so different depending on the person. How do you kind of spot it in somebody who you don't, who hasn't previously been diagnosed with it, I suppose? What sort of, if anything, an indication that, well, this might be MS if you know somebody who's, struggling with maybe unknown attacks or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, it's really hard because to get diagnosed, it's a crapshoot really, because you can start. For my diagnosis specifically, I was numb from one day from my shoulder to my waist on the right side, couldn't feel my back, and then the next day it kind of progressed down to my foot and painful. And my diagnosis was that I went into the ER because you start Googling, which you shouldn't do, excuse me.
Yeah.
And it was like blood clot, this and that. And I was like, oh no, this is terrible. And they told me I had a pinched nerve. So come back in 6 weeks. And I was like, no, this is not the same. So, and anyways, got a doctor that said, no, we're going to send you for an MRI. And that's the only way that you can tell if you have MS is by MRI, if there's lesions on your brain, neck, or spinal cord. And then from there on, you get your diagnosis and your treatment. But, just by looking at somebody, you can't tell if they have MS or not. So, it could be vision problems. It could be anything that could trigger it. Some of the research that's been done, people that have had mono or Epstein-Barr virus are very high candidates to have MS. And, a lot of people that I know who have MS that I've met throughout the course of my time volunteering with MS Canada have had mono in the past in their childhood. But yeah, the treatment and the prognosis and all of that is very different for everybody.
Okay. Well, as I said, Burgers to Beat MS Day is kind of an annual tradition now for A&W. I think it's $2 from each teen burger sold is going to be donated to MS Canada, which they use the money for research, among other things, right, Sherri?
Absolutely. Yeah, so $2 from each burger comes back to MS Canada, research, advocacy, support services. If you need help, lower income people with MS can reach out to MS Canada and try to get some assistance for maybe if they need a wheelchair or if they need, funding for something. But yeah, $2 from every Teen Burger comes back to MS Canada. If you don't want to eat, you're more than welcome to go into any A&W and donate. Round Up Your Bill has been going on since July 21st. And yeah, this is the 17th annual Burgers to Beat MS. So it should be a big one. We're hoping to beat our goal of 1.6 million was raised last year. So we're hoping to raise more than that this year. We're really pushing the campaign this year, us as volunteers. So we're trying to get the word out there and get people to get to A&W tomorrow for lunch and dinner and snack in between.
Absolutely. Calories don't count on
right.
Burgers to Beat MS Day. By the way, we're talking beforehand. This is a nationwide thing. So Fort St. John, Dawson Creek participating. I'm sure if you go through Chetwynd and you need a burger at A&W tomorrow, they're participating as well. Yeah. So anywhere you see an A&W, stop and get a Teen Burger tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Anywhere you are. And food courts, driving, you're going on a road trip. Yeah, if you're going through the airport and they have an A&W in there, hit them up. So definitely. Right. But yeah, it's a really great campaign. I'll be at the Fort St. John location around lunchtime, and then I'll head to Dawson. They have some raffles and some fun things going on in Dawson Creek. So I'll head there in the afternoon and just see who I can meet and say hi to. And, again, it's all about raising awareness and raising money for research and hopefully one day find a cure for MS.
Absolutely. That's always the hope. All right, Sherri, we got about a minute left. Anything else you want to say before I let you go?
If you are looking for events going on in the area, Peace Region MS Events is the local Facebook page that I run, and you'll see up and coming events and what's going on next year for our big pub night fundraiser. And we have a couple other fundraisers in the works that are new for the area. So we'll keep an eye on there.
Awesome. Sherri, always glad to have you here. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Make sure you stop by A&W tomorrow and have a Teen Burger to help with Burgers to Beat MS.
Measles is circulating in BC. Measles spreads easily when